Hello everyone, welcome to the first of our online confirmation class vlogs. Each week I'll be putting out a vlog around this time along with work which I'll email to your parents for them to print out, if you could get them to print it out, and for you to complete in the following week. And then in the next week's vlog I'll go through the work and introduce the next theme for the next week. At the end of each vlog, I'll give you a short 5-question quiz. So you'll need a paper and pen, something to write with. If you've not got that already, if you pause the video and go and get it so that you're ready for the quiz. And then I'll give you a fun activity to do, which you can take pictures of and get your parents to send them to me. And I'll show those in the next week's vlog. So your parents should have received an email now with the work, and I'll introduce it in a moment. If anyone else is watching this that's not our confirmation, who isn't our confirmation, one of our confirmation candidates, my name's Reverend David Roscoe, Vicar David, and if you'd like me to send you the work as well, if you just send me an email at d.roscoe@sky.com, I'd be more than happy to do so. As you know, we're not able to meet together at the moment, but by continuing the confirmation classes in this way, you'll all be ready to be confirmed when the restrictions are lifted, and then we can organise a confirmation service as soon as we can. So here goes. This week's theme is about the resurrection, because we're just past Easter, and as you know, the theme of Easter isn't just about Jesus being crucified. It's about how he rose from the dead on that first Easter Sunday. So I'm going to give you just an introduction to that by reading some Bible passages. So if you listen carefully, and then after I've given you the readings, I'll ask you 5 questions and see how many you get right. So this is the story of the resurrection. When the Sabbath was over, Mary of Magdala, Mary the mother of James, and Salome brought aromatic oils, intending to go and anoint him. And very early on the Sunday morning, just after sunrise, they came to the tomb, bringing the spices they had prepared. They were wondering among themselves who would roll away the stone for them from the entrance to the tomb, when they looked up and saw that the stone, huge as it was, had been rolled back already. They went into the tomb, where they saw a youth sitting on the right-hand side, wearing a white robe. They were terrified and stood with eyes cast down. But he said to them, "Fear nothing. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He has been raised from the dead." Then they went out and ran away from the tomb, beside themselves with terror. They said nothing to anybody, for they were afraid. Then the women recalled Jesus' words, and returning from the tomb, they reported this to the 11 and all the others. So Peter and the other set out and made their way to the tomb. They were running side by side, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He peered in and saw the linen wrappings lying there, but did not enter. Then Simon Peter came up, following him, and he went into the tomb. He saw the linen wrappings lying, and the napkin which had been over his head, not lying with the wrappings, but lying in a place by itself. Then the disciple who had reached the tomb first went in too, and he saw and believed. Until then, they had not understood the scriptures, which showed that he must rise from the dead. Now that's, in outline, the story of how Jesus rose from the dead. So what I'd like you to do is just think about 3 things. 1, what does that show about the power of God? 2, what does it show about what God wants, what God can do and what God's priorities are? And 3, what does that mean for you? What does that mean for you today? Write those on a piece of paper. You don't have to show anyone, and put them in your file. For me, what that shows is there's nothing at all stronger than God. If God can do all those things, God's what God is about giving people life, because he raised Jesus from the dead. So he wants people to have life. And 3, what that means in this present time is that we should do everything we can to live the best life that we can do. Those are just my thoughts. So here's the quiz. All right, so if you got your paper and pen or whatever it is at the ready, just write the answer. 1. Who, along with Mary of Magdala and Mary the mother of James, brought oils to anoint Jesus? Who, along with Mary of Magdala and Mary the mother of James, brought oils to anoint Jesus? 2. On which side of the cave was the white-robed youth sitting? Which side of the cave was the white-robed youth sitting? 3. What was the first thing he said to the women? What was the first thing he said to the women? 4. What did the women do when they recalled Jesus' words? What did the women do when they recalled Jesus' words? And 5. Who was the first man to go into the tomb? Who was the first man to go into the tomb? Just give you a few seconds just to think. And here's the answer. 1, Salome. 2, the right side. 3, fear nothing. 4, reported this to the 11. And 5, Peter. So if you didn't get all 5 right, you can go right back to the beginning of this vlog and listen again and redo the quiz until you get it right. Right, so here is the fun activity for the week. This is called an Easter garden. It's a very good one. It's been made in a church. So what I'd like you to do is, if you can get a grown-up to help you, look around where your house, or if you have a garden, in your garden, and make this Easter garden. You'll see that it's made. It's actually the scene of the resurrection. So here you've got the 3 crosses, which are made here in this one just out of twigs tied together. You've got there the actual entrance to the tomb, and you can see the stone there that's been moved away. You can see the path that the women and Peter and the other disciple came across. And you can see that it's a garden because there are all these flowers there. And this is like at the bottom of the hill on which Jesus was crucified. And it's surrounded by all these stones. So I'd like you to gather all this material for yourself and to make your own Easter garden. If you take a photograph of it and get your grown-up to email it to me or to text it to me, and I'll show them on next week's vlog. You make your Easter garden. So that's it for this week. Please do get your parents, your grown-up, to print out the work. If you need any help with it, ask your grown-ups for help. If they can't help you, ask them to contact me and I'll answer them, and I'll show you the answers to all the work that's come out about the resurrection next week. So I hope you're all keeping safe and keeping well and enjoying yourselves as much as you're able to, and I hope you're enjoying you will enjoy these vlogs as well. So take care and God bless.